Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Zachor. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Tetzaveh. Erev Purim. There is electric in the air. Here in Eretz Yisrael, you feel everywhere. You hear the music, you see the preparations for the costumes, you see the little kids already going to the ganim in costumes. The whole place is lighting on fire. That's what Purim is about. It's about fire. Purim is about light, it's about fire. But how do we capture some of that light? How do we capture some of that fire, some of that incredible ruchnius, that spirituality of Purim? How do we capture that? So, beginning of this parsha, we talk about oil. We talk about fine oil, pure oil, that has to be crushed and has to be worked out of the olive. So I'll tell you an amazing thing. We live in a world where it's all about accomplishments, where it's all about bottom lines, it's all about deadlines, it's all about achievements. When you achieve, when you accomplish, when you reach your deadline, then you've got something. But that's not what Torah and Judaism is about. We're actually not about achievements, and not only about deadlines, and not only about accomplishments. But in the world of Torah, we're about effort. We're about amelus. We're about ratzon, about desire, about toil, about struggling to build something, working hard on something. And it's not just about the success, but it's about the effort that we put into it. It's an amazing thing. When we finish a Masechta, we say, Anu amelim v'hem amelim. One of the things that we say at the end of a tractate is that we work hard and the world works hard. The world works hard and doesn't receive reward. We work hard and we receive reward. What are you talking about? The world works hard and they receive plenty of rewards, boats and trips and all kinds of great things. What do you mean they work hard and they don't receive rewards? Anu amelim, we work hard. Umekablen schar, we receive reward just for the effort that we put into it, for the amount of work that we did. Heim amelim, but the world works. Ve'ena mekablen schar, they don't get schar for the effort. If they accomplish, they get big schar. You get your promotion, big deal. You make it to a partner, great. You make it to senior executive, great. But if you get passed over for a promotion, even though you worked really hard, you're a failure. You spend your entire life trying to move up the chain and you get nowhere. You're a lo yitzlach. It's not the way it is in Torah. In Torah, you learn. You put in a good day of learning, and at the end of the day, somebody says to you, "What'd you learn today?" And it's fuzzy. It's not clear. But you put in a day. You put in work. You put in effort. You put in amelus. You put in yigiyah. You put that into your learning. It's an effort. You get tremendous schar for that, tremendous credit for that. That's why this week's parsha begins with oil, because in oil is a tremendous mashal, a tremendous example to us. Because in order to be able to get that pure oil, you got to crush it, you got to work it. There's got to be a struggle, there's got to be effort put into it. And it's the effort that causes the light to shine. It's the effort that makes it so beautiful. The Jewish people get attacked by Amalek in a place called Refidim. Specifically in Refidim, Sharafu Yedeihem Batorah, because their hands were weak in Torah. Because at that point, they had lost it. At that point, they had lost the yigiyah, the push, the drive. And when there's no drive, there's destruction. And when there's drive and there's push and there's effort and there's energy, you can accomplish incredible things. On Purim, there is this incredible light that's available to us. See, for most people, ask them, did you have a good Purim? And they'll say, yeah, I had a good Purim, a great Purim. What's the quality of great? I dressed up. My kids dressed up. We had fun. We got a little drunk. We celebrated. We gave a little shachmanas. It was a nice day. Great. You know what that is? A nice day. It's not a good Purim. A good Purim is when your soul is illuminated. A good Purim is when you walk out of Purim on fire. What's the fire of Purim? The fire of Purim is 4 words. 3 words. Ein od milvado. There is nothing in this world beside God. We look around everywhere on Purim, and in everything we see ein od milvado. You know what we think when we walk into the Megillah? On the mind of a religious person? When he hears the brachas on the Megillah, you know what he's thinking? Oh, I hope I can listen to every single word so I can fulfill the mitzvah in its perfect way. That's beautiful, but you haven't heard the Megillah. But when you listen to the Megillah, and at every twist and turn you go, oh, wow! When you hear that Achashverosh kills Vashti, oh my gosh! And then when you hear that Mordechai finds out the plan of Bigsan and Saresh that they're going to kill Achashverosh, and he saves Achashverosh, wow! And when you feel that sense of amazement, it's because you're seeing the hand of God not splitting seas, not pulling trees out of the ground, but doing something very normal in our lives, but incredibly miraculous. That's when you realize, Ein od milvado, there's nothing beside God. I listen to the Megillah, and every once in a while I stop while they're making noise in Haman. I just say to myself the words, Ein od milvado. There's nothing in this world besides God. And the Megillah becomes a different experience. While I'm delivering Shalach Manas, and I look into the eyes of another person, and I say, I see such holiness and godliness in you. Ein od milvado. God is all over. There's nothing besides God in this world. When I sit down to eat my Suda, Ein od milvado. There's nothing but God here. When I take care of the Umlali Chayim, the people that I normally just push away with the back of my hand, I give money to the poor, to every poor person that asks. Ein od milvado. That's what we have to walk away with on Purim. But it doesn't come just from putting on a costume. It doesn't come just from paying money to go to a Suda. It comes from deep inside thinking, putting not the comic hat on, but putting the thinking hat on, and spending just a few moments on Purim as you're standing hand to hand with another person dancing. Ein od milvado. There's nothing besides God. And if we work at it, if we struggle to do this, if there is amelus, if there's effort, if there's toil, then there's going to be schar, there's going to be big payoff. And that illumination, that light that is available on Purim, won't just be for Purim, but la Yehudim haisa oira v'simcha v'sasan v'yakar, forever. We should have an amazing Purim, a Purim that's truly lit, a Purim that is illuminated, and a Purim that lifts us up and carries us through all of the darkness that we live through, and that we should be zeicha, la Yehudim haisa oira, that the Jews were zocha, they merited an incredible light. Have a beautiful Shabbos. Have a beautiful Purim.